I'm joined now in studio by the African Content Movement President, Mr. Hlaudi Motsoeneng. Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sithole.
Now, of course, a lot of people know you in your previous life as the head honcho at the SABC. And I think it will be fair to say that perhaps the condition of the SABC right now is not ideal. Now, you were there for a very long time, and you were a very important and a very influential person at the SABC. Do you feel that your legacy at the SABC is something to be proud of?
I explained several times about my role at the SABC and my legacy at the SABC. In any case, I have a good legacy at the SABC, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you why I'm saying I have a very good legacy at the SABC.
Yeah.
Firstly, when I was acting as the COO of the SABC, the actors, those who are acting for generations, the workers of the SABC, the freelancers, they were not recognized at the SABC.
But I'm thinking generations actors actually have a contract with a different company altogether, and that company contracts its work to the SABC. Why would you have an interest into their financial status?
You see, that is where I need to make sure that I give you a lesson and educate you on broadcasting. Here's the issue. The SABC pays the production houses.
Yeah, it does.
They contract with the production houses, which means the production houses, they put their budget together.
Yeah.
That budget will include paying the actors that you are referring to.
Yeah.
And the SABC is responsible because the SABC pays for those production houses.
Yeah.
Example, when the SABC, when I arrived, I took a decision to say these actors are workers.
When you arrived in your capacity as the acting COO, because
yes.
I'm thinking when you arrived at the SABC,
No.
you're not in a position of making decisions.
I took a decision. I said these people are not just entertaining audience.
Yeah.
They are workers. They have families.
Yeah.
I said to the SABC, I recommended to the board so that we give them annual salary increment like any employee.
But they were not your employees. They were employees of the production houses. You had a contract with the production houses.
You should be very proud.
Okay.
You should be very proud that I contributed to make sure I improve the lives of our own people in South Africa, especially those actors.
Some might say that was a short-term thing.
No. Listen. Secondly, I improve the freelancers when they have been used as labor brokers. I said, no, you give them 3-year contract so that they are able to go to the banks to get subsidy or to get housing allowance.
Credit,
yes. So I did all these good things for the SABC.
Were these things sustainable, though?
No, I'm coming. I'm going to I want to demonstrate this. I also, when I arrived there, the SABC, they were retrenching 800 people. Because
they couldn't afford them, I assume.
Listen, they were retrenching people. I'm the one who stopped that process. And I put a strategy in place. The strategy was more sustainable. The reason why I make sure that I put a strategy is to make sure that I save the jobs.
There's a thing that you keep doing where you say, I. Surely you should have been working as part of a bigger team, and that type of team that should be able to say, look, even if the acting COO is no longer here, we're carrying on with that strategy. Was that how you guys were working at the SABC back then?
No, look, man, I'm a leader. When you lead, you lead. I give directives, what should happen at the SABC, and I also give directives for management to perform a certain duty, which they did.
What fascinates me about that is that, of course, you were never at any point in time the absolute CEO of the SABC, and I think this is the type of reasoning that the CEO would say, to say, I give directive as an operations officer. You're probably more on the implementation side rather than being the leader of the strategy.
No, that is what you don't understand. You see, you don't know broadcasting. In broadcasting, the COO is the engine of production.
The engine of operations, but not necessarily the engine of finances and sustainability, which is what the SABC's problem seems to be now.
Listen, which finances are you talking about?
The finances of the SABC are not in the best condition
I want
right
you
now.
to demonstrate what you mean by finances.
Well, I suppose when they're asking for a bailout of 3.5 billion rand and they say they cannot pay salaries, that's not an indication of them being in a financially healthy state. Would you agree?
No, remember, I can't answer for people who don't know how to run SABC.
Yes.
I can only answer for myself and the team that I work with. When I arrived at the SABC as the acting COO, remember, the SABC, they were under austerity.
Yes.
Government guarantee.
Like the whole country.
I'm the one who said to the SABC, including the board, you see this austerity.
Yeah.
I don't support austerity, because when you put austerity in place, you are killing the content at the SABC.
But I'm thinking people end up with austerity because of particular issues. Maybe the revenue stream wasn't very strong. And then they say, let us hold back on our belts for a while until we're in a better position.
No. It's because they didn't know how to put a sustainable strategy.
Yes.
When
you put one in place.
No. When I came, I put a sustainable strategy.
Yeah.
That's why in my time at the SABC, there were no crises.
Yeah.
The workers at the SABC, the production houses at the SABC, they have been paid.
Yeah.
You know, there were no crises. You see, don't listen to propaganda.
Yeah.
Don't listen to people when they don't know how to run an organization. They find a way to say, no, actually we are in trouble. And I will tell you,
I would say the good thing about a strategy, a sustainable one, is that it must outlast the incumbent. So, of course, if this strategy was so sustainable, it should have been the type of strategy that even when you move out, somebody can step in and say, look, this makes sense, let's carry on with it. Do you think that they abandoned the strategy that you had put in place?
Yes, because they went there with the mandate
Yeah.
of the politicians to fight Hlaudi.
Yeah.
You see, there are two issues at the SABC that I want to emphasize, and I'm very proud that during my time and the team that I work with, there were no crises.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, all South Africans, they were celebrating the SABC for the first time. Here are the issues. When I came at the SABC, there was a disclaimer.
In the audit report.
Which means the SABC, it was a chaos.
Yeah.
I'm the one who put measures in place
To
at the
correct that.
SABC. I get rid of Deloitte and other
Service providers. Okay, that's fine.
No.
We just need to go on a break, but we'll carry on with this conversation. We'd like to hear exactly all these interventions that you put in place at the SABC. We will be back after the short break.